particularly their speed, which just saw the Dockers get on top in that third quarter.
Yeah, the Purple Army, they'd be loving what they're seeing, and especially the fact that out of stoppage, the midfield in particular were able to get on top and get to the outside of West Coast. They're putting a lot of pressure on the inner circle, but the outer circle, they got their shape wrong, and that's where Sarong was able to get involved in a big way in that third quarter with 6 disposals, 4 score involvements for Sarong. His ball use inside forward 50 was excellent, left and right foot. So that's the type of play that would impress the coach. You can see he's pretty pumped here for a big victory tonight, because where they currently sit is third on the ladder and building percentage as this game goes on.
See what it means. You mentioned it. Trying to build percentage, trying to creep a little bit closer to Brisbane will be their focus in this final term. If they hold on and secure the 4 points, they'll be in third spot into the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think percentage will be on their mind at all. They need to get these 4 points because this has been a game that is, throwing up some challenges that they may or may not be expected. I think this is West Coast Grand Final. Expect the full wrath here in the last quarter, but Freo were just far too good in that third, and they should be good enough here to finish this off.
Final quarter of Derby 59. It's the Dockers by 21. And here we go with the last quarter. Darcy and Bailey Williams in the ruck. Early leap. Darcy goes down. Sarong's been in and under. There was a hold. Free kick will go to Nat Fyfe. And for disposal, number 17. Just works it high up to the 50. Tracy. 2 Eagles crunch into each other. Jinby and Edwards. And Ryan intercepts. Clark. Line for Amos. Darcy's dropped inside 50. Emmett. Searching for a target. The lead to the pocket. And what a Jackson. Bailey Williams fills the space.
Yeah, they did well back to get back there. West Coast, they filled the space, but that'll mean they don't have a lot of options up the ground.
Waterman in the air. Hutchinson at the spill. Trying to feed the handball. Made it tough for Kelly. Fremantle pressuring again. Almost win the turnover. Brayshaw dragged down.
Trying to play that rebound game now. West Coast have got plenty of numbers back. They're sort of trying to do what we saw Fremantle be able to score late as well.
So you got a free run at it in the ruck, and then back to Clark. High ball in. Jackson there. Good spoil by Edwards helping out.
Well, West Coast fans are going to be really happy with the game Harry Edwards has been able to put together. We know Jeremy McGovern's been out with a rib injury, but he's done this all day. That's a mark to Luke Jackson if he's not there.
Bailey Williams. Top kick out of defence. Tough one for Cole. Clean ball in the end. Banfield held without it. I didn't see it spill out. Chance to go back inside 50 again. And just waiting to hand off to the big Kahuna, who bangs it home. A big bomb from Josh Tracy.
Well worked out by Freo. Big start to this last quarter. Basically taking off where they left off in that at the end of the third quarter, all the game in their half of the ground. And here at Banfield, you can see Tracy just lining up, wanting the handball receive, turn and launch, and hits a ripper. He missed one early in the game, but he's been good since then.
He took a contested mark on the wing in the second quarter. I think we hadn't seen a lot of him, and I think since that moment he just grows in confidence. And gee, I saw him play his first game in the Waffle. He kicked 5 in the first quarter and took 7 contested marks about 4 years ago.
Bring him in.
Yeah, we're just starting to see that now in the AFL.
So 42 goals for the season. Josh Tracy could have become the first Docker since 2012. And Matthew Pavlich kicked 50 in a campaign. It's the longest streak in the AFL that no team's had a player kick 50 goals in the season.
Don't tell Pav that.
Darcy down. with a hit out. Yo over the top. Sarong. More wide. Hutchinson and Sharp. And the boundary. It's something that Fremantle have been crying out for quite some time, is trying to find those key forwards that they could rely on. And the combination between Amos and Tracy and Jackson getting down there, positive signs.
They're all different forwards. Tracy, Amos and Jackson, they're all very different in how they play, which is a good thing for Freo.
Yo shrugs off Brayshaw. Williams gets Smarter on. And the spin to win the footy in the contest. 5 forward. Emmett, the tough stuff, results in the ball. Rolling all the way to goal. Sends it through. Fremantle fans on their feet. But it certainly all started with Caleb Sarong.
Just watch how good this is from Sarong. 1 effort, smother. 2 effort, hard ball get against Elliot Yeo, which is no mean feat. And then the hands, great hands by 5. I think he's been good with this all night. And then a bit of good work, maybe a shove there on Tom Barris, but it was good enough for a goal for mine. It's brilliant. Caleb Sarong, he's been so good this evening at the coalface. His pressure, his ability to connect with his teammates. Such an impressive game. He's had 10 clearances, 5 centre-bounce clearances and 27 disposals.
Mentioned about Pav getting a bit nervous. Maybe Paul Hazelby's starting to get a bit nervous.
What's that for?
Well, it's his 3rd medal if he takes it out today. Caleb Sarong playing very well. Paul Hazelby the most ever in derbies with 4. Still a bit to go in this one.
Well, if we go to the rankings, it's Brayshaw on top with 112.
Play on! That's Chili. Another congestion. And out the back, Waterman almost. Darling had to get creative. One with a little shove, certainly not the required distance. Darling went back in. Brennan Cox. Away, O'Meara run down. Good tackle by Darling, spills it clear. Been a long time between goals. We'll have to wait a bit longer.
A little bit more time than he thought there, Jamie Cripps. Good pressure by the West Coast forwards. 46 minutes since West Coast last goal. They've really stopped. Probably 10 minutes into that 3rd quarter.
The question was always going to be whether the Eagles could compete for the entire match. Good repeat entry here. Cole
right on his distance here.
He's going to pass off, and he's found a good target in Cripps, who just holds on. Under some heavy pressure from Young.
Well, it was good play from Cole. He pressed off his man to attack that contest, and Jamie Cripps is going to go back to what we said. 43 minutes since the last goal for West Coast.
We've got 2 tonight for Jamie Cripps. Leans back, it's tight, and he misses. So we
saw that ladder position. Freo want to press their case here. They don't want to just put the cue in the rack. They need to keep scoring and playing here, Freo. And I think that's not only for percentage, but the way they want to play their footy coming towards finals. You need to put sides away when you've got in this position. 5, 6, 7, 8 goals. You need to keep going. You can't just stop running.
Seen a few late against the D's last week. Certainly in a winning position then. Eventually taken out by 50. Good mark there to Bailey Williams. Booze ring around Optus Stadium for Harley Reid. You feel like it'll just spur him on a touch.
So good.
Why is he getting booed? Why don't they like him?
Because he's a competitor.
Just gets under the skin of the opposition. Doesn't take a backward step as Jack Waterman leaps forward and takes a good contested mark.
This is what I was speaking about. If Freo's back line, if you're Freo's midfielders, you've got 15 minutes left in this. You can't put the cue in the rack here. Wisconsin got some good players, and you need to keep performing at the level that'll stand up in finals. need to kill that if you're a backman. They'll need to keep pressing their standards if they want to compete deep in finals.
A long time since they converted West Coast. Waterman makes no mistake and ends the goal drought in the derby for West Coast.
Jono, what do West Coast do here? Do you green light it? Are you taking it on through the middle of the ground to go now at this stage of the game?
Oh, absolutely. I think every opportunity they get has to have that passage attached to it, I think, Will, because if you're going to get yourself back into the game, you have to take those risks, calculated risks, but they're important for ball movement. And if you drop a couple of goals doing it back the other way, well, that's just the reality of trying to get out there to win the game.
A couple of quick ones from me, boys. Fremantle have made their sub. It's purely tactical, so Ashon for 5, and also 56,536 in the house tonight. That is a record for Fremantle's home and away games.
Big crowd in. You've heard every one of them tonight too. Coming through, here's Aish. And he notches a milestone of his own 100th game for Fremantle tonight as the Eagles go in and they get another mark inside 50. Exactly what you're talking about, Scully. Dockers can't afford to switch off. True kick here gets it back to 19.
It's the best game I've seen Jack Williams play in his very short career. I think he's been excellent. It's only going to be disposed of number 11, but his competitiveness has been where it should be. He's looked sharp. He's just had that look in his eye tonight that I want to play well in a derby so that I can show the footy world that I belong in this competition, belong in the West Coast colours. I think it's been excellent.
Certainly one for the future, Jack Williams. What he's shown at the Eagles this season. Steady set shot. Couple in a row to the Eagles. The margin back under 20.
So the reason you need to keep pressing the case if they're Freo Dockers is a side like West Coast with not a lot on the line in this game. They're going to try and come out the front of stoppage at centre bounce. They're not going to show any care to turning the footy over and having a goal scored against them. So you actually need to be even better than you've been all game to get the lead if you're the Dockers, because West Coast just roll the dice. So they're in a really precarious position here, Freo. They need to shut the gate, shut West Coast out of it. Yeah, I agree with you on Jack Williams, Brad. I really like him. I hope he's not dropped again from West Coast. We've seen him too often in and out of the side.
Kicked a goal a game this season, Jack Williams. 14 from 14 matches. Kelly getting creative with the handball. Fresh legs of Aish, just able to will himself onto it. Jackson, Brayshaw, Young, Switkowski, Brayshaw. So slick by hand and deadly inside 50. They take it on. Away to Sarong. High ball, wide ball. Out of bounds on the full ball.
Probably just had to kick the goal there. Andy Brayshaw, he was running inside 50, and we know he's got the leg on him. He went one too many handballs. Not a lot of movement here from West Coast, but they have spread the game right out.
Ball of the contest on the wing. Jackson and Williams. Reid down low. Trying to take 2 or 3 on. He got the hands out. Draper, Jackson. Brayshaw, Walker, Darcy. Go back and take his time, you'd think, to take the set shot.
Yeah, take the full 30 off the clock here, Darcy.
Kath, who's that coming off the ground down here? Is that Luke Edwards?
It's a count for the second.
Yeah, it's Luke Edwards.
Darcy just tees it up. Jimmy, was there a shove? There was. Free kick to Fremantle.
We've seen some of these over the past few weeks especially. The key here to look for is the double movement or the extension of the arms. You're free to hold your position as a back or a forward. And the push is there. It's not a stiff arm to begin with. It's a push in the motion. That's a correct free kick.
It's been hard to come by this season for Tom Emmett. He tried to lock down a spot in the team, but it is a welcome return as he sends through his third.
It is strong, isn't it? 3 goals from Emmett. And you look across the board, a couple of Switkowski as well. So he's got 2, so there's 5 between a couple of the smalls and mid-sized forwards. And then you've got O'Meara with 2, who's been able to float effectively throughout the game as well. The free kick was there. It's good. He'll hold his spot. It's a good game and needs to really build on this in terms of his own performance leading into the last 4 games of the year.
The way to avoid that push as the backman or the forward, whichever way, you've got to get there early because you actually can hold your space. But if you get there late, like we saw with Ruben Jimby, it's just an easy free kick to pay. Tom Emmett, I agree. He's in there for pressure, but then to kick goals with limited opportunities. He's done that.
Injury to Michael Walters opening the door. He's walked right through it. 25 points now, just a little steadier. There's a down the ground free kick. Young. Bit of contact on Yo after we got rid of it.
Well, I thought that was pretty much in the motion from Hayden Young. Elliot Yo went down, but just trying to put pressure on.
Darling with the down the ground free kick. He sends it in long. Allen was up. And away to the boundary.
So Luke Edwards is on the bench. It looks like they've been checking his eye, but we'll keep a close eye on it.
Of course, staying true, subbed out very early for West Coast in this one. Bit of friendly fire, neck injury. Tapped down and back to the boundary. Subbed out. Just tactical reasons for Fremantle. Fife with the 18 disposals. Never played the first 19 games in a season. Matt Fife. And he's been able to make some games up this year. Jimmy, Marek, Jaden Hunts. Just over 10 minutes to go. Margin 25.
Yeah, you need to see more of this from West Coast. They're going to absolutely take it through the middle of the ground.
Lower division. Waterman leading out. Good effort by Chapman. Strong tackle by Cole. Waterman back in.
Great contest all around there. Heath Chapman, Caleb Sarong, Jake Waterman and Tom Cole. Brilliant stuff by all of them.
Jackson the reach. Wagner kick smothered by Yo. Jackson back in again. Reed throwing his body at it. West Coast staring at the 9th loss in a row. Only had the 1 win since they beat Fremantle back in round 6. That was against the D's. Wagner and Yo collide. Very taxing game through the first 3.5 quarters. Who can push strongest towards the finish? Jackson. Jack Williams. Got the hands clear. Hutchinson. Lofted up. O'Meara. Sprint is on. Darling and Clark. Clark's quick. Darling hunted him down.
That was good chase in the end. The ball helped. The spin on the ball helped Darling get back into the contest. Clark had to stop on his run to take it cleanly and not cough it up.
After Yo knocks it on. Marek in there. Jimby. Cripps crunched. Good tackle from Jackson. O'Meara. Clark. Petricelli couldn't take it. Aish was clean. Walker. Brayshaw. This is where they've looked so dangerous. The run and spread. And the direct ball. Long kick. Sarong. Planted himself inside 50. That was a penetration on the kick from Sharp to get it over the back.
Well, just an implant by Caleb Sarong. Just need one more vote to get across the line for the Denny Allen medal. No, it's great play here from Freo with that rugby run. I really like Fremantle when they shape from contest and stoppage through the middle like that with hands and then attack through the middle. Makes it so difficult to defend.
So be disposal number 30 and for goal number 2 it's tight. It's there. It just snuck in. Sarong, a big gameplay.
Well, that takes him to 105 in the rankings. 14 kicks tonight at 43%. Is that going to hurt him? Well, if you've got the people giving the votes tonight, if they're looking at the stats and they're going to the rankings, that's what they might see. They might see Brayshaw on top with 129 for Freo, who's been excellent.
Well, who's been better?
I'd be giving it to Sarong. My three would be going to Sarong. I think his second half, his third quarter in particular, separated this game.
It's been a huge game for Caleb Sarong. He's had 10 clearances, 5 centre bounce clearances, so he's got it done where it matters. And then he's had his touches, he's kicked his goal. Might have needed a couple more tackles, I don't know. He's had 8 inside 50s, so.
I only found the one negative in his kicking efficiency. The rest has been pretty good, hasn't it?
Back in the middle. Petricelli to ground. A Freo chant trying to get going around the ground.
Hayden Young continues to impress as well in the Fremantle midfield. 11 tackles, 12.
Darcy, Brayshaw, just right of Banfield. Find the handball, back inboard. Banfield ran into trouble. Switkowski just waiting for the right option. Clark though missed the target. Brennan Cox back for Clark. On the boot, over the head of Amos and of Edwards. Runs out, no, stays in play, flicked back over his head by Sturt. They do cough up possession. Cole. On defence, Ryan's there, Clark a good spoil. Ryan back in again. He's looking for the high free. O'Meara. Back for Aish. On the boot to the hot spot. Yo had the spoil. Now has to battle Switkowski. Had the body strength to do it. Cole could have rushed it. Switkowski with a terrific smother. And eventually the boundary line is there, but the pressure red hot from Freo.
Yeah, the pressure and the repeat efforts. I think when they look back on this one, Freo, I like a spoil. Perhaps there was Jordan Clark on the far side to set that one up, and then there's the smothers and there's the tackles. It's the 1%ers that have really lifted in this third and fourth quarter, Jono.
Yeah, it's been excellent from Freo right till the end. Justin Longmuir want to see them play this right out.
Ball feet, Cole. Nudged off it. Petricelli's high kick goes wide. Walker, Draper, Aish, Brennan Cox, Brayshaw again, link up by hand, Clark, clever. Great vision. Just to wait, he knew the contact was coming, waited till the last possible second to hit the target.
All those hands from their backs and their high mids, so clean, quick hands, first options.
Frederick thinking about going from long range. He's going to load it up from 55. Good purchase. It stays in play. Tracy knocked it down. Back to Switkowski. Now Banfield. He hooks it back to the hot spot. Emmett's there. Jimby won it down. Sturt waiting to pounce. And he wants to join in the party.
Score review. No score. Just checking the ball cost of the home.
Review underway.
We go all the way back to the first one. And Tracy
Set up, lads.
looks like he's kept it in play.
Yeah, I agree with that, Pabs, but it's a good call as well to go back and assess that. It happens so
Review
quickly.
complete. Look at this angle. We can see the ball does not cross the behind line before being knocked back into play and kicked for a decision on the scoreboard.
Not call in the end.
Heads up play from Josh Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it?
To keep it in.
How long can you keep going before it goes back for a review?
Very good question. Perhaps you usually have the answers to those.
About 17 seconds of play. That was. It's a goal to Fremantle and Samster.
I like the outcome of that, though, Pabs. I understand what you're saying, because normally that's called very quickly if they think that it's if it's obviously gone over the line or there's some doubt in the decision. The fact that it went on. So, yeah, at what point Is it the next stoppage we check it? I think that's the answer we need to understand, isn't it?
Because if Freo clear that, then it goes down the other end. Are we going back on that score review? Or?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, spot on. Because it stayed in Freo's forward half, they got the goal and they had the time to check it.
Yes, but if that keeps
what's
going,
the outcome if it keeps going all the way and West Coast score at the other end? Do we allow that to happen and wait till the next stoppage? I don't mind. If we have to bring it back, we have to bring it back, but we've got to reset the clock to go with it, if that's the case.
So you don't lose the time.
They don't lose the time.
If that happens. It was all clear there, and Sturt kicks a goal. Another goal kicker for the Dockers. Petruccelli looks wide, slipping over though, Cripps. Just couldn't get any traction, and away it's now Chapman. Sarong, lovely step. No problems with his footing. It's Banfield up the line.
Again. Stay out. Move it on. Play on.
Sikowski's long ball. Jackson. Could sit. Barris. Jaden Hunt. Marek. Darcy with a big tackle. Only Williams, good hands. Kelly gets it on to Jinby. Now they can break and run, and it's Harley Reid with a bounce amongst the boos. Ryan and Chapman with a mistake. That's actually not gone out of bounds on the full, so it's worked out okay, which is
Is it deliberate?
enough intent.
Just announcing the crowd here at Optus Stadium. Put it up on the scoreboard so we can hear the cheer over. 56,536. As we heard from Kath, it's a record at the ground for Freo fans.
Massive crowd. Been treated to a good game of footy. The margin's blown out towards the Dockers. See, this one paid as insufficient intent. But particularly through the first three quarters, it was red hot.
Cross the line. Stand.
Barris long. Off hands. Kelly waits down. The snap was always headed to the near side.
It's been an impressive performance for Freo. Not that they've beaten West Coast. I thought we knew they were going to do that, but it's how they've done it. They were challenged in this first half and they stood up. They went to a new level and West Coast could not match it.
On ball, Tracy in the pack. Petruccelli knocked it on. Marek's good hands. Away to Reid. He sends it goalward, but hooks it across the face. It's just a behind.
I agree, Sco, and I think it's more around the fight was in the really tight in the contest. Fremantle, I think, were winning clearance, so they knew they were getting their hands on it, but how they could effectively exit, and that's what they're able to set up nicely in this third and fourth quarter. Is their outside release, their setup just outside the contest from a midfielder, a winger, or a half backer to run through has been effective.
Long ball. Cole able to intercept. Ryan. Now Hoff. Let's blast a high ball back in. Reid to the front. Couldn't wrench it in. By Walker to Draper. Out to half back. Amos roaming a long way up the ground. Well, he couldn't quite take it. We'll see it out.
The positives for West Coast, Tim Kelly, he's had 30 touches. He's been effective too. He's had 5 clearances. Harley Reid's had the 28 disposals with 10 clearances. So those two midfielders, positive side for West Coast.
Darcy down, Petruccelli. Ball to himself. And ran out of room.
Fremantle's backline was held up really well with no Alex Pearce, so that they'll be thinking about that. They've lost a bit of experience from Michael Walters and Alex Pearce out of the side, but really stable behind the footy today.
Down. Another stoppage, a lot of tired legs out there. Bruising encounter. Sharp. Banfield. Ryan. Later Sarong. Disposal number 32. The line he goes. Rotham's there. And out that goes again.
Are you happy with the spread of goals they've had today? Freo, Frederick 3, Emmett 3, Tracy 3, 2 from Switkowski. That's their forward spreading the load. They haven't had one dominant forward all day.
Williams away to Kelly. Bouncing ball. Cripps. Off overran it. Banfield. I think it was going to go to Banfield. Now it's Jordan Clark's turn to run. No tired legs for him. He was off balance. He's still got a boot to it. It'll float its way out of bounds on the full. He's got the speed wobbles up a touch.
I think he thought goals. I think
Yes, I'm with you.
You saw it?
I thought goals. So, go.
It was just about 100 metres short in the air.
Yeah, like a little short.
No, he should have stepped inside.
Touched off the boot. Off hands. Chapman almost threw it away. It's Reed taking them on. Chapman made sure he got him. Cole places it just over the head though of Hutchinson. Who taps it past Banfield. Aish with the bump. Allen the handball. Banfield working at all ends of the ground. Walker. Aish. Waterman with a good chase. But Walker with the speed. And Barris the mark.
Well, fitting in his 150th, Tom Barris. We've known how good he's been at that throughout his career. It's his third intercept mark of the day. Your life member of West Coast at the end of this one, but another derby lost to West Coast.
Rotham. The high ball to half forward. Off hands. Kelly is with Aish. High ball going and again Barris with the intercept. He does it so well.
How far behind McGovern is he all time? Not sure.
Yeah, second all time to 150 games in terms of intercept marks. Questions about his future this week. Whether he'll be at West Coast in 2025.
Sean Darcy's had a big day in the ruck, Jono. He's nearing 50 hit-outs. He's had 48 hit-outs, and Luke Jackson's had another 17, so it's 65 to 37. So they've had real dominance in the ruck.
Yeah, they sure have. And their midfielders capitalised off the back of that as well.
Inside the last minute of Derby 59. Bailey Williams trying to get it done around the ground. Allen had it snatched out of his hands by Cripps. Walker, Aish, Chapman, Ryan. Dockers defenders can clear it.
Yeah, well, they've had to fight for this one, Freo. And at the end, I think it's been a game they'll look back on and go, yep, that was finals-like in terms of what they had to put up with and absorb in the first half, and then build from that in the second half to really take control of the game and get their run and spread correct and their positioning from contest.
The Eagles were up for the fight, but it was Fremantle who powered on in the second half, and they push up into the top four. A 35-point win in the end to Fremantle as we head down to Cathlock.
Andrew Brayshaw, that was a classic derby. How hard fought was that win?
Yeah, it was really tough. they threw everything they had at us in that first half. Contest was strong, pressure was really strong, and we're a fit team. We've worked really hard, so we knew we'd be able to wrestle it back in the second half. I'm just proud of the way the boys fought back.
Is that the most physical game you've been a part of this year?
Definitely one of them. A few scraps. Yeah, there was a few fights going on, but every time you got the ball, felt like there was immense pressure. Crowd was up and about. It felt a little bit finals like. It was awesome.
A few fights between yourself and Harley Reid. How'd you find those battles?
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing player already. Loves breaking tackles, loves taking the game on. I really love the way he goes about it, and he fended me off a few times. It was really good to see, but we love that. Take it on, have fun. It was an awesome game.
Who was more lippy, you or Harley?
He's pretty good for a first year. He's got a really good confidence about him, and I think that's why he plays so well. Yeah, he just takes it on every chance he gets, and he's really hard to play against.
So who was more lippy, you or Harley?
Well, pretty close. I'd say just me in the end, but helped that we were winning.
To be continued. I think that's going to be a battle for some years to come. What about Caleb Sarong? It equalled the AFL record for 70 consecutive games with 20-plus disposals tonight. What makes him so consistent and so reliable?
Yeah, he's processed Monday to Friday, doesn't waver. He's one of the hardest workers at the club. Leads from the front by his actions. He's always doing extra touch, watching extra vision, and he gets plenty of attention. So to be able to, do that for 70 games straight is pretty amazing, and I love playing with him.
How big was this crowd tonight?
Yeah, we broke a record. I saw biggest crowd at Optus so far for a home and away game. So thanks so much to the Purple Army for coming out. It was awesome.
They all want to know how far do you think you can go in 2024?
Yeah, I don't want to put a ceiling on it. When we show up for 4 quarters, we can beat anyone. So
well done, Andy. Enjoy it.
Thanks very much.
Andrew Brayshaw was a good battle with Harley Reid. Brayshaw finished with the 36 disposals, Caleb Sarong 32. A career best night for Harley Reid. New mark for him, 29 disposals and a career best 10 clearances. Now that's really all Fremantle care about. Into 3rd position, only on percentage out of the top 2 behind Brisbane. An impressive performance and a vital 4 points.
Yeah, that's huge. It really is. Fremantle on the charge. Results going their way with Carlton losing to Port Adelaide. So the fight for top 4 is well and truly still alive. Brisbane on fire with their win over Gold Coast. GWS with a close win over the D's tonight as well. So it's well and truly game on the next 4 weeks, with games still to come tomorrow. But beyond that, the next 4 weeks is going to be an exciting run to the finals.
How good is that? From 2nd all the way through to 11th. We don't know who's going to play who, where they're playing. Some huge games coming up. And like you said, big win for GWS, but a huge win for Freo. And Carlton sliding now somehow, which 3-4 weeks ago we thought they were clear second best in the comp. Maybe that's now Brisbane. Maybe that's now Freo, or maybe it's Hawthorn, who aren't even in the top 8.
That's it.
Yeah, I was impressed with the ruck battle today, Freo West Coast. We're going to go down to the awards shortly, but I think Sean Darcy back in this side with Luke Jackson, that makes them a force, Freo, because they've got 3 tall towers in their front half that they can really target, and they can rip apart sides that aren't able to match them aerially. And Sean Darcy getting dominant through the middle of the ground. Hopefully he pulls up fine. There was a few injury concerns early.
Yeah, had 4 games in a row this season. Sean Darcy's been in and out of the side with different things. If they can get him playing consistently, it does make a big difference for the Dockers.
It was good seeing a bit of biff. We haven't seen that in the Derby for a while. It was good to see it tonight.
Old-fashioned hit out between these 2 sides as we get down to the presentation of the Glendenning Allen Medal.
Seems like we're having some microphone issues here. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here tonight for Saturday night under lights at Optus Stadium. Congratulations again to the Fremantle Dockers, and also you, the attending people, for setting a brand new Dockers home games attendance record of 56,536 people tonight. Big thank you as well, RAC, for your support of this great rivalry. The RAC are passionate advocates for road safety, and the RAC Derby is an example of how partnerships can be used to drive important community outcomes. Before we present the RAC trophy to the winning team, we'll now award the Glendenning Allen Medal. The voters for tonight are, from TV Media, Ryan Daniels; From print media, Eliza Riley, and from radio media, Scott Cummings. And I'd like to welcome Ben Allen to present the Glendenning Allen Medal for the RAC Derby 59. The winner of the Glendenning Allen Medal with 9 votes from the Fremantle Dockers, Sarong Right, Caleb Sarong!
First of all, thanks West Coast. I know it's been a tough year for you guys, but it doesn't matter. Derbies are different, and we know you guys always turn it up. We saw that at the start of the year, so well done. We appreciate the battles. Good luck for the rest of the year. How good's this? We love the support. We know you guys turn out in big numbers. Keep turning up for us. Hopefully something special around the corner. Thanks, lads. Let's keep building.
The win tonight puts the Dockers into 3rd spot on the ladder as of tonight. And we would now like to invite the RAC President, Alan Blaggage, to present the RAC Derby Trophy to your Fremantle Dockers!
Firstly, thanks to West Coast. Yeah, it's a great battle every time we play you guys. Good luck for the rest of the year. Thanks to the fans for showing out, and well done, boys. Cheers.
And Fremantle winning the Derby trophy. Caleb Sarong, his 3rd Glendenning Allen medal. He joins Matthew Pavlich, Michael Barlow, Lockie Neal, Shannon Hearn, Josh Kennedy and Chris Judd for winning it 3 times. Paul Hazelby sits at the top with 4 medal wins. But Fremantle all smiles as Luke Ryan takes a hang-up for the photo after a 35-point win. And they just get a touch of revenge after the upset earlier on this season. A powerful performance by Fremantle as they're up into the top 4, winners by 35.
All right, so there you have it, folks. Big winners to the Fremantle Dockers. I've got some happy people in the chat at EG. Dockers are up to 3rd, only trail now by percentage for 2nd spot. I'll tell you what, they're doing all right, won't they? 17-8, 110. Defeated the Eagles 11-9-75. That's what I was saying. I don't know whether the Dockers were going to get it done. The Eagles just had it over them in the first half. They just looked like the better side, but then after half time, the Dockers came out to play their brand of footy, and they ended up, hey Jed, how you going? And they ended up giving the Dockers a bit of a spanking in that 2nd quarter. Dockers booting 5 straight goals in that last quarter. That's the type of kicking you like to see your team do. Compared to the Eagles, just the 2 goals for. There we go. Tell you what, let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look at some of the player stats for the game. Andrew Brayshaw, 36 touches. Not too bad. That's a good job there for the Fremantle Dockers. 16 kicks, 20 handballs, 2 marks, 7 tackles, 4 clearances. Of course, man of the match, Caleb Sarong. He was awarded the man of the match tonight. 32 touches, 15 kicks, 17 handballs, 2 marks, 2 tackles, 10 clearances. Well done, well done. Tim Kelly, another great game there as well. For West Coast, 32 touches. Pretty good in the midfield there with Harley Reid, 29. Harley Reid also with 10 clearances, did a fantastic job there. First season player. I'll tell you what, he's going to be a superstar. He's going to be a household name, Harley Reid. give it another couple of years. Tom Cole, 26. Elliot, 25. Jordan Clark, not bad, with 24 possessions. Let's just run down the board. Nat Fyfe there, the old-timer in, dual Brunello medalist. 18 touches. He had 6 kicks, 12 handballs. He had a mark also. He had 3 tackles and he had some clearances. He had 5 of those. Well done, Nat Fyfe. Banfield with 18. Bailey Williams with 13. There we go. Jake Waterman, not too bad there for the Eagles. He had 12 touches, 10 kicks. Kicked 3. Not a bad job. Who else have we got down there? Liam Ryan. Here we go. 10 touches. Not a bad job. A few more would have done even better. 9 kicks, 1 handball. He kicked a couple of goals for the Coasters. Jack Darling. He had a quiet game, didn't he? Just the 8 disposals, 6 kicks, 2 handballs for the one behind. Let's have a look at the goal scorers now for the game, as we see the Fremantle Dockers beating the West Coast Eagles in the derby clash over there. Had a record crowd in attendance, I think it was 53,000, was it 56,363, somewhere around that. I think they gave the number there out there before, but looked like a big sellout, which it was. Always is with the derbies over there. Jake Waterman. I've got 4 players on, 3 goals for the match. Jakey Waterman there for the Coasters. He kicked 3. Josh Tracy with 3 and Michael Frederick with 3 apiece. And Tom Emmett 3 for the Dockers. Good job, boys. Good job. Sam Schwikowski. He kicked a couple for the Dockers. Liam Ryan, 2 for the Eagles. Jager O'Meara, 2 for the Dockers. And then we had single goal scorers to Jack Williams, Sturt, Sarong, Petrocelli, Kelly, Curley, Cully, Cripps, Brayshaw, a miss. Don't miss too many times. You want to kick the goals. Allen, there are your goal scorers. Let's have a look at the AFL fantasy points for those who play that game. Of course, it was Andy Brayshaw on top with 115. Elliot Yule, 109. Cole, 109. Tim Kelly, 100. Caleb Strong, 100. And all under for the fantasy points game, all under 100 points. Let's have a look at some of the team stats. The Dockers certainly well on top there, 365 to 316 for the match. Kicks were, well, let's say, not much in it. Eagles had more kicks by 20. But the handballs went the Dockers' way by 70. Inside 50s, both on season's average, 53 to 45. Disposal efficiency, not too bad by either team, pretty much on season's average. The Dockers' inside 50 efficiency, that was pretty high. That's a high figure, 60% to end up at the end of the match. Well done, Fremantle Dockers. 46-7, smack on bang for the Eagles, of course. Free kicks, 19 to 14. There we go. The umpires always like blowing the whistle. Stoppages, Dockers, 65-37 in the hitouts. Clearances, the Dockers got on top there, 45-37. Centre clearances, well, that was even. No one's favour there, but the stoppage clearances around the grounds, etc. 33-25, Dockers by 8 there. Contested possessions, Dockers again, heart of the ball. Uncontested, well, 30 is not too bad. Of course, the turnovers, a little bit under the season's average. Pressure. Of course, West Coast brought the pressure in the first half, and it was all Dockers pressure in that second half. Possession time for the match, the Dockers took that out, 44% they had compared to the Eagles, 36. Pretty close on the mark, 61 to 82. Dockers under their average a little bit. Made no difference tonight. The mark's inside 50. They dominated in that area, that is for sure. 17 to 7. Well done, Dockers. Contested marks 8 to 6. Tackles, pressure was on both sides. 64 to 60 and tackles inside 50. Both doing a good job there. 1%ers. Well, the Dockers did that, didn't they? They certainly did that in the second quarter. Having a look now at the ladder, let me just reboot that, and we see the Dockers go from 6th all the way up to 3rd. There we go. The Fremantle Dockers now 3rd on the ladder after tonight's victory. They're only 2.3% off second, off Brisbane Lions now, who had a win today. Of course, we know Sydney Swans still yet to play. There we go, 19-18. So there we go. Fremantle up into 3rd spot, looking good for the run home to the end of the season, coming towards finals time. All right, so there you go, folks. There you go. That was the game tonight, or the last quarter that we brought to you. The Fremantle Dockers 110, 17-18, 110, defeating the West Coast Eagles, who gave it a very good try. 11-9-75. I think it's going to take the Eagles a good couple of years to get back on track. Got a couple of good midfielders there, of course, in Kelly and Harley Reid. They're the ones that the club are going to surround those two players with good players from outside, get them back on track. The Dockers look full of running in that second half. They definitely look like a fit team, and a big chance come finals time for the cup, the Premiership Cup at the end of the year. All right, folks, thanks for coming in. And just having a look on the poll votes, we had 13 votes on who was going to win the game tonight. As I said, there's only 13 votes because we came into the last quarter. Of course, Fremantle had that at 76%, 23% to the West Coast Eagles. Well done for the Freo people who picked that. Congratulations to all the Fremantle supporters. I'm sure you're all happy campers out there tonight celebrating another derby victory against the Eagles. Good stuff. Well done. All right, folks. Thanks, everyone, for coming in. Thanks, Jed. Thanks, Addie G. Happy Fremantle supporter. Thanks, Chris, for popping in. Might see you tomorrow. I'll probably do the game tomorrow. I think it'll be Collingwood and Richmond. Of course, that is tomorrow's first game. It comes up at 1:10 Melbourne time. Let's play it at the MCG. I'm not sure whether I'll have time to do the Sydney Bulldogs game, unfortunately, because I think we'll still be running in the last quarter of the Collingwood-Richmond game while that game goes ahead. So I might do the Collingwood-Richmond game, and then if you like a little bit more footy, we'll cover the Adelaide Crows-Hawthorn game. Two teams playing really well, and of course Hawthorn looking a dangerous team, looking for a win. They want to jump into the top 8 as well. I'm sure many teams wouldn't like to see Hawthorn get in there. They're a force to be reckoned with this year. All right, folks, that is all I've got for you tonight on game day. So we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend.